Hey everyone, I'm Brad Wood and I'm a solutions consultant here at Sketch Development. And in this video, we are going to show how to clone epics, their children, and their subtasks within Jira. Large-scale work items like epics often reuse a standardized set of children or subtasks, but teams don't want to have to always manually recreate these or copy their field values, etc. Our solution is going to be to use automation to do this for us. At Sketch Development, we are an Atlassian solutions partner, and we offer consulting, licensing, and training services around the entire Atlassian toolset. We've seen a lot of teams struggle with how to reuse complex work structures in Jira, and again, our solution is going to be automation. So with that, let's jump into Jira. So here we are in a demo environment of Jira. Let's say we've got an epic that we want to clone and it's got some stories underneath it, and those stories have subtasks underneath them. And so that's what we've got right here. We see our epic, and then each of our stories has two subtasks underneath it. Jira does have the built-in ability to clone work items, but this is only going to go down one level in our issue hierarchy, so parent to child. And in this case, we need to clone 3 levels of hierarchy, and we're going to do that via automation. So this epic is a template epic, and it is for application onboarding, which is going to represent all of the work we need to do to add a new piece of software to our organization's portfolio. So let's start from this, and we will trigger the creation of the work items that we need. So I'm just going to come over here to my automation button, and I'm going to click this first rule, clone epics and update stories. And we can see we've got a screen that triggers when, or rather shows when I trigger this automation, which is asking me for input. So it's asking for initiative name here, but in this case, I'm just going to say, let's say we're adding Power BI to our portfolio. So I'm going to add that here, and we'll click continue. And our automation is in progress, which we can see right here. And we'll give this just a second to run. And I'll go ahead and refresh my epic. And we can see here it is now cloned, or rather linked to the cloned epic. So let's click into that and see what's going on. So we can see here that input that I added, so Power BI was actually added to the summary of the new epic. So this is helping us differentiate between the template epic and this one that's actually going to be worked on to implement Power BI into our organization. We see those 2 stories here, and then if I open these up, we are going to see the 2 subtasks underneath them as well. Through this process, we can copy a number of fields that we need. So description, due date, summary, which we saw we copied and appended. Date fields, for example, can be set dynamically, so you can actually do some math to say, like, set the due date 1 year in the future, or whatever you need it to be. The exact fields that you copy through this process are entirely configurable and are going to depend on your team's unique needs. This automation does not have to be manually triggered either. We could configure this to run on a cadence, so let's say once a week or once a quarter, whatever makes sense for your team and the work that you are trying to clone. So if you do something on a regular cadence, you might create a template set of work items and then run this again once a month, once a quarter, something like that. From a configuration standpoint, this is all done with just standard out-of-the-box Jira automation, so no apps, no scripting, just the parameters that you're probably already familiar with if you're working in Jira. We saved ourselves a ton of time and manual work by utilizing automation for this process. So let's talk a little bit about use cases then. So who benefits from this? So our program managers and delivery leads, this lets them start from a pre-configured set of work items instead of rebuilding the same structure over and over, creating a consistent starting point, but still gives teams the flexibility to modify things as needed. So just because I created this from a template doesn't mean I can't go in here and edit any of the fields like I would on any normal work item. The big win here is going to be that your proven delivery patterns can be reused without having to recreate those from scratch every time. Speaking of teams or individual contributors, Their work is going to come pre-structured now with meaningful field values and a clear breakdown of the work that needs to be done, meaning less time spent on setup and planning and more time on actual execution. And of course, like I mentioned, they're not locked into the values in these fields. They can adjust them as the reality of the work changes. And then lastly, our Jira admins. This helps us standardize how work is created in the instance without hard coding something into workflows or schemes and utilizing, again, just out of the box automation. These automations can then evolve over time, or they can be tailored to specific teams, programs, spaces, etc. And this is going to help us significantly reduce those one-off requests to our admins to manually recreate an entire work structure. So that was just a quick look at how to use automation to clone multiple levels of issue hierarchy in Jira, saving you time and effort and eliminating the need to manually recreate an entire work structure. At Sketch Development, we design and configure solutions like these for our clients all the time. If you'd like to learn more about this solution or anything else in the Atlassian ecosystem, please feel free to reach out to me via email or LinkedIn. Both of those will be included in the description of this video. I would be more than happy to meet with you to discuss your organization's unique needs. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.